Hello there, General Techno here with yet another video review. Today I'm taking a look at Transformers Universe Cheetor, one of the latest deluxes in the series. Cheetor is an update of the original Beast Wars character Cheetor. But the question is, how does this update perform next to the original? We already know just how the Cheetor matches up, how Dinobot matches up to his original, in other words, God by comparison. But how does Cheetor compare to his original? First, let's take a look at the Beast Mode here. Beast Mode is very Cheetah-like. He's got green eyes here. He's got his legs to move up and down. He can move it at the knees. He can move his feet. Same pretty much at the back. Legs can move up and down. And he can do knees and ankles and feet. So he's got a lot of posability for a cheetah. Tail goes up and down as well. Very sleek. And he's got an action feature in this mode, where when you press down on this, it opens the mouth. But not just that, but also it changes from green to red eyes. This is a homage to how the original Cheetor toy had different colored eyes. Like there were some that were green and there were some that were red, so they managed to incorporate both in as a homage. Here he is from the front, and here he is next to the original Cheetor toy. And as you can see, one is a giant cat with a gun right there that looks like a cheetah that's seriously been eating way too much. And this one looks like an actual cheetah. I mean, yeah, just by difference comparison, there's no question here which one is going to be better. Anyway, I'm just going to transform into robot mode now. Anyway, as for transforming this guy, transformation is pretty straightforward. It's a bit convoluted at times. We're going to start by just straightening out the hind legs here and folding the knee pads up. We then take the legs, fold the feet down, and fold the legs up. And we're going to pull this entire assembly out like so. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this back flap up, pull this piece up here, and hold up both hands like so. This flap is then going to turn around, it's then going to turn around and down, and you see some clips here where these pieces here clip it. It's tricky to get these lined up so they clip. At least it was tricky the first time I did it, but let's see. And there we go. They're clipped in like so. And then just the arms. Straighten them out a bit. Hold the cheetah legs up onto the side. This flap goes back and down, the one that was up there. Meanwhile, on the back, we fold this up like this, and this piece comes back up and over, and we lift this piece here to reveal his maximal action symbol, as you can see. Fold these pieces in, and it should satisfy the click place, and then there's little tabs here, which these pieces here fold into, like so. Just a quick comment, yellow really isn't showing up that well on the camera, probably because it's yellow, but in fact it's pretty good yellow. It looks really good in person, yellow. And finally we flip this panel up here, fold it back, and that reveals the head. Balance it up. And yes, fold this back a bit, just for balance's sake, adjust the legs, arms, and there you have it, Transformers Universe Cheetor in robot mode. There's a close-up on Cheetor's face. It's not showing up too well, again, just because of the paint, but his head has 180 degrees range of motion about. Gimmick here still works for the cheetah head. Like he can still open his mouth, or at least I thought he could. I must have had him mistransformed previously, but the gimmick doesn't carry over. He's got ball jointed legs. He's got knees, the feet, the ankles move again, as I illustrated earlier. He's got joints in here in his hands. And he's got limited mobility for these because of these big blocks right here. since he's wearing the cheetah legs on his hands. Which is, yeah, it is quite the impediment, just visually speaking, posability-wise. He's got a bunch of weapons as well. He's got a couple of disc weapons here, which I'm just going to take one of them out. He's got one in each one, but they're like animated prowls in that they're shuriken blades. I guess this must be a homage to his Beast Machine self, and they peg into the hands really easily. Now then, he doesn't look that bad from this angle. No, he does not at all. Let's look at him from the side. Giant hump on the back. Now see, this is really what kills the figure in terms of aesthetics. From the front, it's not that bad. I mean, there's the arms on the side, that's kind of excusable, but he's got a giant hump on his back. The only reason this hump seems to be here and doesn't stow away is because they had to work that lousy action feature lever in, so this entire piece has stuff inside of it. As a result, can't fold in. It seems like it would have been easy to get this thing to fold in more flush when they engineered it, but it doesn't. So we have a giant hunchbacked Cheetor. As well, the tail is supposed to be able to come off in order to form a sword weapon. Pop the tail off, and it slots into his hand, and it forms a bit of a web. I guess kind of like some of his previous tail weapons. Alright, for a comparison with the original Cheetor figure, you can see how he looks based next to it. This one is clearly more accurate to the show. This one is more a homage to the various Cheetors that have existed throughout. This guy here, he still has some back kibble, but he doesn't have the hump of doom. Anyway, I'm just going to post this Cheetor as well with a few other Cheetors. Part of the reason I got this guy was because of my extensive number of Cheetors that I have in my collection, so he was kind of a must-have in that regard. Here he is next to Titanium Beast Machine's Cheetor, and here he is next to Transmetal 2 Cheetor. I have Transmetal Cheetor as well, but he's missing a hand, so I didn't really want to show him this thing. Anyway, so yeah, there's Cheetor next to all his other Cheetor selves. And for a more recent universe comparison, here is Cheetor next to the other universe Beast Wars character, Dinobot. As you can see, Dinobot is a far better update of the original Dinobot than Cheetor is of the original Cheetor. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. This one has really skinny proportions, weird arm kibble, and a giant hump on the back. Again, I can't say this often enough. Giant hump on the back. Would I get this guy? If you're like me and you like Cheetor as a character, and you kind of feel that you want to get a whole bunch of Cheetors, and if they get a new mold of Cheetor, you're going to want it, then yeah, get him. Otherwise, if you're not a completist, I would not recommend Cheetor as a figure. He's just got too many drawbacks, including a giant hump on the back. Unless, of course, you're going to keep him in beast mode, in which case I wholeheartedly recommend him because he has a good beast mode. But that's about it. This is General Techno signing off.